Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Watch the greenbacks tumble.
Everyone all set? Cocked. Locked. Here we go. Hour number 1 of USAPrepares.com, and we're broadcasting 2 hours from high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains. Aaron's engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. I'm Vincent Finelli. Captain John Regan's with us. Welcome, Captain John Regan.
Good morning,
Vincent. You know, one of these days I'm going to call and say, hey, because it's getting close. It's really getting close to cutting hay. We've had 2 days of sun. You know, they turned the sun on for a couple days, and the ground is starting to dry out. It's still soggy. I mean, you can still find puddles. But maybe by today, it will be dry enough to cut tomorrow. I have a feeling we can ask our son if he would jump in the tractor and cut, and I can bail, the next day. But looks like we may be able to do it. John, we had crisscrossing, X's, crosses, U-turns in the sky of the chemtrails. They're back. So we had a day or so of no chemtrails, and it was delightful, and now they're back. And you can see a difference in the temperature. When there's it's overcast, the temperature is a little cooler, and when it's not overcast, it is just the sun's rays just drill right through your skin. I wanted to share something, John. Over the last few days, I bought some notebooks. And the notebooks that I use here in the studio are one-subject notebooks. They're spiral-bound, college-ruled. They're made in the United States of America, in Georgia. And if you buy them at the Chinese factory outlet, which I really don't like going to, but you can buy, it says made in USA, 70 sheets, college-ruled, and they come in different color covers, so yellow and green and blue and black and purple and so forth. So I can kind of remember which one I'm using when. And I buy them by the case. So a case of these notebooks, John Regan, you can buy them for 17 cents each. So a case of 24 is $4.08. So I just want to share that with the class. So if you're going to be buying school supplies, now is the time to get notebooks. And these are the notebooks that we pass out at the Get Prepared Expo. If people need to take notes, these are the very ones that we have, and we buy them by the case for that purpose. So I wanted to share that with you. John, what's meetup tonight? Meetup tonight's an interesting meetup. Randy's going to be talking about home security systems, cameras, how to hook them up, how they work, what cameras do what, night vision cameras for your security system, how to record, how to wire, and then we're going to talk about solar power. This will be part 3 of designing a solar system to provide alternative energy for your home and farm or business. And I'm going to be doing a special presentation. It'll probably be a little over an hour. It might even be an hour and a half. That's tonight, where I will explain why I say what I say. What makes me say what I say. And it's not just things that I've read. It's a combination of life experiences, people whom I've met, things that I have read, things that I've seen and experienced firsthand. You put all that together, and that makes me the individual I am, the person who does not take direction very well, the person who abhors lies and and so forth. So that's tonight, and this will explain a little bit about why I say what I say. And John, I was thinking about a couple of weeks ago we had a meetup, and Deborah Brewster is one of our instructors. She's the CEO of a company that manufactures body armor. She has been a real estate investor. She owns a company that is involved in large projects like building airports and things like that. Well, she was at the meetup a couple weeks ago, and she said she'd like to have a couple minutes at the microphone. So I said sure. Well, she started out by saying a couple of years ago when she first started coming to the meetup, she came to learn about preparedness. And she heard me say some things that she thought, I'm not using her words, I'm using my words, kind of hard to believe. And she thought, well, and she said this publicly at the meetup, that there were some really good nuggets of preparedness tips and tricks and how to do things that she stuck it out. So she listened to the things that I would say, but the main reason she was there was for these preparedness items, how to do things. And she learned over time that those outrageous things that I was saying weren't really outrageous. It was just the truth. And what we said was going to happen, what we predicted was going to happen, actually happened. And she was now saying that, we need to listen more, read more, prepare more. And I'm wondering, John, if there are a lot of people who may be tuning across the dial and hear the things that you say, the things that I say, and maybe we frighten them because they haven't heard it before. But that's not our intent. Our intent is not to frighten anyone. As a matter of fact, it's just the opposite. We've had people come to the expo who have tried to frighten our guests, and they never come back. Meaning not the guests. Anyone who tries to frighten people by selling fear, we don't associate with them. John, do you think it's possible that there are people who are frightened by what we say, even in today's time?
It is possible, and I'm got to think, if I could get these broadcasts back to me, say, 10 or 15 years ago, I'd probably think I'm crazy too.
Really? Well, remember Friday's broadcast? Last Friday?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay. Class, if you want to know a little bit about why we say what we say here on usaprepares.com, I suggest you consider listening to Friday's broadcast. If you go to usaprepares.com, usaprepares.com, page number 1, you can click on one of two links. One link will take you to GCN's download page, and you can download hour number 1 and listen to it. If you want to fast forward through certain parts of it, you can. Or you can go to the other link, which is on page 1 of usaprepares.com. That'll take you to Ron Gibson's channel on YouTube, and you can listen to the same broadcast, and you can fast forward through it. Ron Gibson posts this broadcast every day within an hour or so of the broadcast on YouTube. So you can always listen to us on AM, FM, satellite over North America, satellite over Europe. You can go to GCN's download page. You can go to Ron Gibson's YouTube channel, USA Prepares Radio, or you can type in my name, Vincent Finelli. Or you can go to Republic Broadcasting, and there are downloads there, or you can go to Liberty News Radio. There are a lot of ways you can listen to us, and they all work. And if you'd like to listen to us on the telephone, 605-562-4080, 605-562-4080. So, John, the things that I say seem absolutely positively normal to me. And the things you say seem absolutely, positively normal. And Friday's broadcast with Larry Nichols, that was just putting exclamation points on the things that we've been saying.
Yeah, he really did a good job of explaining how he manipulated the game. Of course, he's sorry about what he's done now, but, back then it was fun and, put him on the winning team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Larry Nichols is going to be with us every Tuesday. Who is he? Well, he was in the Clinton kitchen cabinet. He was in the inner circle with Bill and Hillary Clinton. He knows about the fights at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He knows about the throwing of the lamps and the renting of the Lincoln bedroom. He knows about the affairs. He knows about the Arkancides. He knows about the drug running. Firsthand. He knows about how we, the villagers, were manipulated. He knows how the media was manipulated. He knows how the Clinton administration lied to us. He knows about the Chinese connection. And he's going to talk about it right here on usaprepares.com. And he's scheduled for every Tuesday. Tuesday with Larry Nichols. And you think, we stand for truth and honesty, and here's someone who is involved in exactly the opposite. So why would we have that person on? Well, we would have him on because he is now righting the wrongs. He's exposing the criminals. And he's teaching us how the political system works. Who better to teach us how the political system works than Larry Nichols? Someone will have to tell me who's better at it than he is. And he said, your vote doesn't count. Your vote does not count in Washington, D.C. When you're voting for at the federal level, your vote does not count. And I've talked to some of our instructors, John Regan, and they said they're not interested in voting. They're not going to waste their time anymore. And if you're a young person, you can get off a lot of lists if you're not a voter. And I'm wondering if it's not a good thing to do, to be off these lists. Because a lot of what our government does is immoral, dangerous, deadly, on many levels. And my question is, I'll tell you what my question is when we come back. Captain John Regan's with us. I'm Vin Finelli. This is usaprepares.com. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free tactical scarf for a limited time with any body armor package. That's CATIarmor.com. Come and take it.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Captain John Regan's with us, and so, John, my question that I asked myself was over the weekend. You know, I was under a truck, working on a truck, changing the transmission fluid, and inspecting the truck, and making some repairs and so forth. And the question I asked myself while I was turning wrenches was, what's more dangerous than a government? And you know why? Because governments start wars. Governments execute people. Governments assassinate people. I thought, what's more dangerous than that? I thought, well, corporations. Corporations are really dangerous too. Because corporations will make things like radioactivity. They'll refine natural resources and make radioactive substances. They'll make aluminum. And they will litter the ground with toxic substances from the manufacturing of aluminum. And they'll dump their oils that are used in processes in rivers and so forth, and they'll pollute the ocean. They'll pollute the air. And then I thought, what's worse than that? What's worse than governments and corporations? There's only one thing that's worse than that, and that's governments working with corporations. What do you think?
Well, then we've got other things coming up too, including the sun.
Well, yeah, I meant man-made.
Man-made wise, yeah.
Okay, so John Regan, I'm at the financialstateoftheunion.com, the news tab, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, the news tab, and boy, there's so many great choices. Where are we going to start?
Well, we're going to go ahead and start at the top. I originally was not going to do a drought report this week because nothing had really changed with California and Texas, but I've got the largest number of links I've ever had in the drought report. I've got 8 in there now, and basically, pretty much for the last 2 or 3 weeks, nothing's changed with Texas and California as far as the two droughts go. There is news that there's a strengthening El Nino, which may lead to wetter than normal conditions, which could help California. Of course, they also thought an El Nino was coming last year, but like I say, this one's stronger than that, so people are hopeful. The link below that has bunches of articles talking about the drought from, the whole left coast there, all the way from Canada through California. And then I started finding out, gee, there's a lot more drought out there than I knew about. We'd already talked about the drought in Brazil, but now we've got a trifecta. We got North America, South America, and Central America. So, they're got severe problems with the drought. And then I find out, wait, there's more. South Africa, the third largest city of 8 million people, may run out of water this month. And then and Bangkok is also that third largest city was Bangkok, in Bangkok. And then the article after that's the South Africa. And then there's a video that was put out by suspicious observers. The sun is going to sleep. Mm-hmm. And this is on, we know the sun's been acting funny, and there's more and more scientific evidence that the sun's getting ready to do what it did during the Maunder Minimum, which that was basically 1645 through 1715. And during that time, we had a mini ice age. There was, in addition to the colder weather, there was drought, and there was a lot of deaths associated to that from famine and disease. The video, I'll tell you what the video talks about when we get back from this break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 70 years worth, right, John? We're talking 1645 to 1715. 70 years. Captain John Regan's with us. I'm Vin Finelli. This is USAPrepares.com. Meet up tonight at Jimmy's Egg, 4:45 to 8 p.m. We're going to talk about security systems and why I say what I say.
Have you ever wondered if you could make electric, light, or heat in your home for free? How about a motor that charges batteries at the same time? What if this also restores useless batteries and saves you lots of money? Come to our Renaissance Charge Conference workshop on August 15th and 16th in Fort Lauderdale. Visit r-charge.com. That's r-charge.com for details, or call 208-304-2954. 208-304-2954.
We are a survival company. We manufacture our own line of Level 3 and Level 3A body armor. We proudly make our armor 100% in America. We have the best prices in the nation, about $125 cheaper than our nearest competitor. All lab certified, for thou art my rock and my fortress. Psalm 31:3. We are Fortress Survival LLC.com.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness. The phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it, and that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Making the right decisions is a challenge to investors. Are we going to see economic growth, slide into a recession, or at worst, depression? Hi, Ted Anderson from Midas Resources. We all know when a company acts irresponsibly, divesting ourselves in a move towards safety is prudent. When the market becomes volatile, U.S. Treasuries are a safe haven. But what do you do when the U.S. government overextends itself and spends beyond its means? Many investors are turning toward gold as a common-sense alternative to traditional paper investments. Midas Resources has put together a powerful book titled 10 Reasons to Own Gold, discussing costs, benefits, risks, featuring full-color illustrations, weights, and measures. The book is free and can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. Paper investments are dwarfed by gold's 6,000-year history. Discover how gold may be right for you and your IRA by calling 800-686-2237. Whether buying or it's time for you to sell, the book is free. Call 800-686-2237.
Captain John Reagan's with us. TheFinancialStateOfTheUnion.com. TheFinancialStateOfTheUnion.com. You met Captain John Reagan at the meetups. You've seen him at the expos. And we're talking about the sun and its changes. Please continue.
Well, I don't know the time frame on this. I've seen as long as 15 years, maybe less than that. But what we can tell, the sun is going to sleep, and when it does, that's going to have profound effects those here on little old planet Earth. And I went back to get some more context of the 17th century. The video talks about loss of life in several countries, including 2 million people out of India twice during that period. And keep in mind, back in the 17th century, there were less than 1 billion people on Earth. So when you talk about 1 million people dying, that's a pretty good percentage just right there. And I looked at what else was going on during that time frame, and there was a lot of war going on, and it seemed like it was for for everything against everything. And in Europe, we had the people against the royals. We had the Christians against the Catholics. We had the Muslims against the Christians. So in many ways, nothing's changed. And that's part of the reason I put so many of these articles into the drought report this week. This is not just a local phenomena. It's throughout the world. It's all 3 Americas. We're seeing it in Africa. We're seeing it in Asia. And when that starts affecting the food supply, then that's when things start very quickly leading to wars. And like I say, we've got so many good toys to fight wars with nowadays. So if you think the weather's not important, it is.
John, our neighbor, you're talking about famine. One one of our neighbors came over the weekend. It was really nice. His husband and wife showed up, and we had breakfast together. And it's kind of a pleasant surprise when our neighbors show up with, no warning whatsoever. And I mean that genuinely. And so, they're busy, we're busy, and so we were talking about our tomato plants. And we showed them our tomato plants. We have a raised bed garden, and these tomatoes were growing really, really well. And we had multiple varieties of tomatoes. The leaves have died starting from the top. They died. And now we have tomatoes, but almost all the leaves from the tomato plants have died. These are multiple tomato plants. I'm not saying that there's some bugs that are eating them. That is not the case. It's either the sun or the chemicals that are landing on the tomatoes, or it's too much water. Something has destroyed the tomato plants. Now, our neighbor is a brilliant gardener. I mean, as good as they get. His garden grows really well. His tomato plants have done exactly the same thing as ours. So he had the same amount of sun, the same amount of water, and the same amount of fall off from the sky. However, some of the plants are the same. As a matter of fact, we have some identical tomato plants, and his have failed the same way that ours have failed. So I just wanted to share that with you, that something is going on in our garden, in his garden, and I'm not sure if it's just our two gardens, or if it's just this little area of Missouri, or whether it's bigger than that. But we don't have the tomatoes that we should be having. We really don't. And I can't see these plants surviving. I think that within 2 weeks they'll all be dead. That's my take on it. Have you heard of anything like that in your neck of the woods?
No, I haven't, but then I don't get out much.
Okay, well, class, if any of you have heard anything like that, let me give you the number. I'd love to get your thoughts on that. So, 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. Give us a call and let us know what your garden's doing. Okay, John, what's next?
Well, I've got a half dozen articles in the financial section. I'll just run through those. The first one talks about sales, and the first chart's got June same-store sales, excluding drugstores. And this year, starting in January, those just flattened out. We had one big down month in April, but to say we're not in a recession, this is a pretty good indicator. And the chart below that is even worse. It's the wholesale sales and inventory not seasonally adjusted. And the big thing here is the wholesale sales. If you go back and look at what happened back in 2001 with the collapse of the dot-com bubble, the wholesale sales went negative on that. Then things came back in 2008 and went really bad, down like 15%. So then it came back. It's, hit the zero line or a little bit negative a couple of times. But then starting 2015, it's taken a negative dip that so far is a tad worse than what happened in .com. And if it doubles, then we're in the range of what happened in 2008. So to me, wholesale is a little bit of a leading indicator to retail. And with this chart, it doesn't look pretty. And I found out, hey, it's not just here. Of course, we've been following, Greece and China. Well, China does a lot of work in Latin America, and because China slowed down, Latin America is having problems. and then I love this third article, the one where the CBO directors said that debt's headed to 103% of GDP. No way to predict whether or when fiscal crisis might occur here. Well, I have a book suggestion for him that you might paint the picture where he can get it.
You're talking about the financial state of the union.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
GM is back down below IPO levels, and what I wanted to point out in that article, if you scroll down to the bottom, it's got a chart of auto inventories, and you'll see how that was growing up until 2008. Then it fell back to 2005 levels, and then by 2012 it had recovered to where it was before the 2008 crash. And now we've got record levels of auto inventory just sitting there. And of course, with GDP, they count inventory as activity. So that's part of the great GDP activity we've seen. We've also got in the fifth article there, and a bit of an expose using Alcoa as an example, where their net income, according to generally accepted accounting principles, about $640 million. But by the time they use these restructuring charges, now they've got over $1.4 billion of net income, which makes their earnings per share seem fantastic. So when you read all the news about earnings per share, it's between that and stock buybacks, all kinds of accounting tricks, and revenue is either flat or down. So that makes the market go up, which is kind of the subject of the last one. There's a nice chart in there that shows the S&P 500 going back to like the mid-90s. And you see how it went up, went down, went up, and then went down very quickly with the 2008 crash. And now not only has it gone back up, it's gone back up beyond those levels. And of course, it's always different this time until, guess what? It isn't. Vincent?
John, you were talking about retail sales, and you're talking about wholesale versus retail and leading indicators. Can you describe for our class what a leading indicator is, and give us an example, please?
There's so much of financial reporting, you're looking at things that happened in the past. And you have to start backing up, looking at the whole supply chain, how events play out. And a leading indicator is something that gives you a clue what's going on before you actually see it reflected in the general market. And another example would be as you follow things like companies that make cardboard boxes, or the transports, which is a big concern right now because transports have diverged from the Dow. If cardboard boxes are down, that means people aren't buying cardboard boxes to ship things. If the transports are down, and we've talked about the Baltic Dry Index, but it's the same thing with trucking and rail. If people aren't shipping, that means companies aren't buying, products not being shipped to retail locations. So eventually we see that show up in the general economy that everybody pays attention to.
So a leading indicator, as I've been taught, is something that you can look toward to see what the future may hold based on what this leading indicator tells us. Like, and as you said, cardboard boxes, I think diesel fuel would be another leading indicator. Well, something I experienced over the weekend was there was a sale on Freon. I'll tell you about that when we come back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowitz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallet, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? Reputation.com can protect your good name. Get a free consultation now at 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from Reputation.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771.
Usually the older one gets, the less you are able to absorb amino acids and the less you are able to repair the 100 trillion cells of your body. As a result, you'll have less energy, your tissues will shrink, and you'll become wrinkled. An older person will typically injure more easily and heal more slowly. Not fun. However, if you could consume a protein powder that is easier to absorb, then you may be able to gain back some strength, muscle, and speed of recovery. One World Whey is a highly digestible whey protein powder that may be the perfect answer for you.
My name is Errol. I'm 74 years old. You know, the taste of One World Whey is amazing. I play pickleball, and since taking One World Whey and your trace mineral supplement, I have more energy and recover faster from my working out. I used to take another grass-fed whey protein powder, but now I'm getting much better results using One World Whey.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldway.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Why do over 50% of North Americans suffer from some form of chronic ailment? Could it be due to a toxic overload? It's time to take back your life. Get the lead out as well as the cadmium, mercury, and calcium. Extendovite is a garlic cayenne supplement with 5 other herbs that acts like a natural Drano, cleaning out the stored toxins, restoring your energy and youthfulness that we've lost. If you would like to live your life free of sickness, pain, or fear, then Extendovite is for you. Available in either capsules or liquid, you too can see why Extendovite is the #1 heart drop available. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Captain John Regan's with us, the financialstateoftheunion.com. We're at the news tab, and we're dissecting the news. John, you know, for the last several weeks, we've been teaching a seminar at the meetups. And Tim Latimer and I have been talking about air conditioning and how to to add a refrigerant to your automobile air conditioning system, how to read the gauges and so forth if you want to use gauges, and how you can service your own air conditioning system for $5 or $10. And so what we did was we had our meetup seminar, and then as it cooled off, we went out to the parking lot, and Mike Hicks brought his truck, and we checked his air conditioning system. And what happened, by the way, was his symptom was it would get really, really cold if he were driving on the highway, but around town it would blow hot air. And what happened with his system is it had too much refrigerant in it. So we found out that the system wasn't working properly around town because his fan clutch was slipping. The fan that pulls air across his radiator when you're driving at low speeds, like in town, wasn't pulling air across his radiator and, of course, across his condenser, which is his part of his refrigeration system, and it wasn't removing heat from the refrigerant in the condenser. So that's why his air conditioning system was blowing hot air around town. So we diagnosed that and told him what was going on, and that led us to look for, what is the cost of refrigerant and refrigerant replacements. I like the propane butane replacement because I can get it for about $5 a can. Well, one of our students said, "Hey, Janet Randall said, if you go to Orscheln, you can get refrigerant for buy one get one free, $6.99 a can, buy one get one free." So they ended up being $3.50 a can. Well, is that a good deal? Yeah, because Walmart sells it at $6.88, AutoZone sells it at $12.99, and you could get it for buy one get one free with your net cost being $3.50 a can if you bought it at Orscheln. So I got a couple cases, and and so did some of our other instructors. They bought refrigerant. Why? Because it seems that, and we were talking about leading indicators, John. I guess here's the point. It's hot. It's really hot out. And if someone can recharge their air conditioning system in their car for one or two cans of R134A at $3.50, that's pretty reasonable. It hasn't been that price for maybe 15 years. Question is, why is it that they are selling it at such a low price? And obviously, the reason is that people aren't buying it. What do you think?
Yeah, people are cutting back wherever they can, and they can roll the windows down and bypass an expensive repair bill at the auto shop.
Right. And here's the last nugget that really bothers me about this R134A refrigerant. It's made in China. The case is labeled on the outside of the case, made in China. So we have a can made in China and we have the refrigerant made in China. That's the way I'm reading it. Because the entire case on the outside says made in China. Now I'm finding more and more items are made in China. But you know what? That's not something that I expected to be made in China. Air conditioning refrigerant. So at some point, when all of our companies that manufacture refrigerant go out of business due to the help from the Clinton administration and the Bush administration and the Obama administration, when all of these companies go out of business and we can't get refrigerant anymore, we're going to cook. We're going to cook. Our refrigerators in our homes, our freezers, our heat pumps, our automobile air conditioning systems, our window units, refrigeration units at the meat counter, the deli counter, refrigeration units in tractor trailers to bring refrigerated items safely without spoiling to us. It's all at risk. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com. and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
If you're worried about your health and you're tired of the nasty side effects of harsh drugs or antibiotics, then look no further. Supernatural Silver is the answer. Supernatural Silver is a powerful immune system enhancer that can be used every day to help keep you healthy and well with none of those nasty side effects. It's extremely safe for use internally as well as topically. And Supernatural Silver is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver. It is perfect for use in the sinuses, eyes, ears, and on any wound or skin issue. Supernatural Silver is also extremely effective when taken orally and can help fight off bacteria, viruses, and mold that may be overwhelming your immune system. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, supernaturalsilver.com, and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 30% off of your entire order and give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
All right, so suddenly Walmart, eBay, Amazon, everybody wants to ban the rebel flag. Well, the rebel flag is an important part of American history. The rebel flag is still a long-standing symbol of Southern pride and Southern heritage. So if the big retailers want to play into political correctness and try to deny the history of America, let them. Go to ourflags.com, that's R like rebel, R, the letter R, ourflags.com. Get your rebel flag before they actually do outlaw the things, huh? Ourflags.com, that's ourflags.com. Go now.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Captain John Regan's with us. I'm Vin Finelli. This is hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Just got off the phone with Larry Nichols. He will be with us tomorrow, Tuesday. Captain John Regan, this Confederate flag flying is seems to be getting a lot of interest. And you know, there was a person who went to the Redwood County flea market. And this person saw some Nazi memorabilia, Confederate flags, and called 911. The police investigated, and they said no laws were broken. But this particular shopper said he was shaking and almost vomited because he saw some Nazi memorabilia that was not authentic, and a Confederate flag, or Confederate flags, that were not authentic. And it seems to be something that is causing a lot of discussion. What are your thoughts on that, John Regan?
Hopefully I'll have my report together for next week. I'll be talking a lot about that and other things. But we're now in the era of, shutting down our freedom of speech if your speech offends somebody. Now, there is no right in the Constitution to not be offended, but, that doesn't matter to this government. And, of course, the only people that are allowed to be offended are the Christians.
Okay. Well, this town resident said there were helmets with swastikas, images of Hitler, and other historical Nazi items. It says, quote, "I was shaking and almost vomiting," unquote. He tells the paper, "I had to run. My grandmother had numbers," referring to the digits the Nazis would tattoo on prisoners. And so the caller complained that the Confederate items were not authentic and were replicas of flags and weapons. Well, I don't know of too many original Confederate flags that have survived. It's not like original memorabilia from World War II, where you could get, Nazi daggers that are authentic and Nazi flags that are authentic. And as a matter of fact, we have some of them here that I purchased. Absolutely authentic daggers, knives, flags, documents, original documents from the Nazi era. We have some death cards, thousands of death cards, because we were interested in researching history from the bottom up. And what is not typically known is that most of the Nazi soldiers were Christians. And when they died, well, they had these funeral cards printed, but from photographic plates that were taken as a photograph, if you will, before the soldier was killed. And so on one side of these death cards, and they're the size of a playing card, if you will, or a funeral card that you see in today, at funeral homes today. But on one side would be the photograph of the fallen, and on the other side would be some religious symbol with some text. But the religious symbol would be a cross, a picture of an image of Mary or Jesus on the cross, or some Christian religious symbol. Most of them had that. Very few didn't have that. And that's something that we just don't think about. But we have the proof right here. And so, is there I'm reading that this person who called 911 because there was a Confederate flag or flags, doesn't think that they should be there because they're used as symbols of hate. I don't know if that's true. As a matter of fact, I don't think it is true. I don't think they're used as symbols of hate. I kind of think that the rebel flag is a symbol of states' rights. And I kind of like the idea of free speech. I mean, I really do like the idea of free speech. Now, it doesn't mean I think a person should be able to yell fire in a crowded theater and cause a stampede and have people run over each other in panic. Of course not. But I think we should be able to comment on what we feel is true or what we learn is true about whatever the subject matter may be. What do you think?
Yeah, and like I say, unfortunately, what we're seeing ramp up right now is trying to shut everybody up because somebody gets offended. In fact, another article that came out this week, Whataburger is asking gun owners to not do the open carry in their restaurants once it takes effect later this year.
Oh, okay.
Because people in the restaurant, get nervous when they see a gun.
Well, okay. Then what about the police? If you have a blue coat or a black coat, are they privileged?
Of course they are.
Okay. Well, all right. Then how about this? How about we vote with our wallets? So Whataburger doesn't want us to go in with a handgun, right?
It's okay if you take it concealed.
Okay. All right. But if the cops walk in open carry, then we should not patronize them, right? Because if they let the cops in with open carry, and that's what cops do, right? I'm talking about the blue coats, the black coats. They have open carry. And I find that really intimidating. I really do. Because I see these guys with body armor. What are they worried about? What are they worried about that they have to have body armor? And a couple sets of handcuffs. and a taser and extra magazines and mace and a two-way radio and another gun hidden someplace. What are they worried about? Is it really that bad? I haven't seen it. As a matter of fact, I don't like going where the cops are. I got a big problem right now because I didn't want the cops coming to our expo. And I told the city that. And the city declared war on me. Because they think the cops can push their way around. They think, cops seem to think that they can just come in. They can come into whatever the event is because they're cops. They've got a free entry pass because they're cops. They don't. And for those of you who have conventions planned, I suggest that you consider having your convention planned someplace other than a city or a county facility. Have it someplace else. Try to have a private facility. Maybe you can work with the Lions Club or something like that, where maybe they don't have the cameras going with facial recognition capabilities. Why would you want to go to an event like that? And I suggest that maybe we all get cowboy hats to cover us up. We've got, let's see, Michael from New York. Welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen. Real quick, Vincent, perhaps trying hydrogen peroxide, the 35% version, okay? And if the plants are really suffering, perhaps maybe making it somewhere around a 50-50 dilution, maybe 30-70 with 70 parts, the 35% solution and 30% pure water. And that really helps the plants tremendously. And
okay, will help them recover.
Stress factors.
Will it help them recover, Michael?
If anything, will. And it's, of course, I'm sure it's not nutrient related because you guys know what you're doing. So when it's a stress from an environmental factor, if anything's going to do it, that will do it.
Okay. So let me see if I've got this right. Take 35% hydrogen peroxide solution. I can mix it 50-50 with, let's say, ProPure water, and then mist the leaves that are. Okay. The leaves are really, they turn black.
Yeah, it's if they're salvageable. I can't see how they look, but if they are salvageable, if they're, then this is the stuff that could save them. Okay. It's also,
go ahead.
Well, I was going to say for like, septoria, the blight, which is the bacteria, it causes a wilt, and it's also excellent for that too.
Okay. And, I've got pictures of chemical spraying, like directly overhead. I'm not talking about to the left or right, north or south or east or west. I'm talking about directly over our farm. It's almost like they said, okay, that's it right there. Okay, we'll just do a flyover right there.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. And, we've noticed that across the road from us, there was a puddle from the rain, and it has foam. This puddle is foaming. Other puddles are foaming. The ponds have this thick blanket of green. It's like a rug it's like a shag rug of green algae. And the cows go swimming, and they come out with these green algae blotches.
Is it algae or is it definitely algae?
That's algae.
Mm-hmm. Well, if it's green algae, you don't have to. You wouldn't have to worry about it making them sick anyway. The green algae is healthy as a food. It is healthy, and so that's not a concern as far as that goes. But it is curious with what's going on down there. But we get bombarded with chemtrails constantly up here as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'd also like to mention one other thing.
All right, well, hold your thought, and we'll come back on the other side of the break. Michael from New York, John Regan, Finelli, USAPrepares.com. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
In an unpredictable world, it's good to know you are in control of food, your greatest dependency. Go Foods are storable for 25 years, quick fix, non-GMO, kosher, health store quality food at discount store prices delivered to your door. Go Foods is there when you need it most. Feed Your Free to Package is available with up to 3 months of food for free. Call Go Foods at 1-800-648-9753 or on the web at www.storefoodnow.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Did you know that drinking pure, high-alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Now, a twice as nice Twin Kit special offer from Complete H2O Minerals for all GCN listeners. Get a Complete H2O Minerals Twin Kit with 33 different minerals, vitamins, and amino acids all in a liquid form. Enough for 2 people for 1 month. Regular price $89.95, but now Complete H2O Minerals is offering the Twin Kit for $69.95. And all GCN listeners receive a bonus 16-ounce bottle of Ionic Silver absolutely free with free shipping. A $120 total value. Hurry, limited time offer. Call 803-794-4767 or click CompleteH2OMinerals.com.
We are a survival company. We manufacture our own line of level 3 and level 3A body armor. We proudly make our armor 100% in America. We have the best prices in the nation, about $125 cheaper than our nearest competitor. All lab certified, for thou art my rock and my fortress. Psalm 31:3. We are Fortress Survival LLC.com.
Class meet up tonight, and we'll be talking about security cameras, how to install them. We'll be talking about solar power. Part 3. Randy's going to be teaching the seminar. He's our electrician instructor. And I'll be talking about why I say the things I say. Michael, please continue.
Yeah, I was going to mention something on a flag, but it just occurred to me as well, and this is a great little secret of raising up tomato plants and others that vitamin C. You get frozen orange juice concentrate. Give them a good dose. Just let it thaw out. Mix it up with some water. Doesn't matter how strong it is. The stronger the better. Let it bring in a lot of the vitamin C into that plant, and it really makes a difference on their structure, the quality of their growth, their health. It's great stuff. And it's already acidic, and the tomato plants love that. And I use it on my blueberries as well. It's a little secret there. It's a great, cheap way keeping your plants nice and healthy. And a little bit goes a long way. Once you got them all nice and healthy, it doesn't take much. You don't have to do it often. Maybe once a week you go around and give everybody a dose. So you might want to employ that too.
Okay. When you say vitamin C and you say orange juice, can you use just ascorbic acid?
Well, I wouldn't. You could, and it would be effective to some degree, but since it's not pure whole vitamin C, it's not molecularly intact with the elements that naturally occurring vitamin C has. Only so much can be absorbed, and with the human body anyway, the rest is wasted away and goes out as waste. So I think you're way better off going natural and getting the frozen orange juice concentrate. It's concentrated in that little packet. A little bit goes a long way. The plant will take up all of it. Whatever the roots come in contact with, it will absorb it. On the Confederate flag, guys, here's what's going on. Of course, it was all pre-arranged. I mean, this was part of their agenda. They already knew they were going to attack the Confederate flag first. And that's a precedent for the next step, and that is the red, white, and blue. The stars, red, white, and blue. They're coming after that, and they're going to try to ban that because the United Nations can't allow any memory of American heritage. And this is what's going on here right now with the invasion of foreigners, nothing in common with our culture. And so just recall, as evidence of what I just said, let's recall when Obama and his transgender wife Mitchell came into office and they weren't saluting our flag during ceremonies. They were questioned as to why, and he stated that he finds that a symbol of oppression, violence, warfare. In the Star-Spangled Banner with the bombs bursting in midair. It's just not, he was already showing his colors about, he's un-American, of course. But now, obviously, what they did with the Confederate flag was a warm-up to what they're really going to go after next. And they'll justify it with all the wars they got us entangled in abroad. We're busting down civilian stores and interfering with their lives, their sovereignty, and all that. We're the new Nazis. We're the new commies on the planet, patrolling around, pushing our way into everybody. But it's all, of course, to bring about the United Nations takeover of those countries. They're using our muscle, our blood and guts and muscle to do it, of course. We're being duped like that. But to the world, it's the red, white, and blue stars and stripes. That's the enemy. And so this is setting the precedent, and this is what's next. You guys, you can bank on it. This is what they're going to do next.
Michael in New York, hey, thanks so much. I have never seen this before. It looks like every single line is lit up. Mike, thanks so much for being with us.
God bless, gentlemen.
Matthew in Texas, you're on with Captain John Regan and me, Vin Finelli. Welcome.
All the lines lit up. All right, I'll try to go fast. Hi, guys. How you doing? I'm going to have to disagree with the whole hydrogen peroxide aspect. I like to go with compost tea. I think it's better for the soil to add bacteria and fungi that are beneficial instead of just killing everything off. It kind of goes back to last week. We were talking about EM waves, and it's like, instead of unplugging them, why can't we find shielding? And that's what I think we're doing when we add in compost tea to soil. We're shielding it.
Yeah, I think Michael was talking about adding oxygen from hydrogen peroxide. I think that's where he's going with that, but we can ask him next time he calls. Anything else, Matthew?
Yes, sir. One more point on the other side, if we could.
Okay, hold that thought, and we'll be right back after these few short commercial announcements. Mike and Mark, please hold the line.
All right, so suddenly Walmart, eBay, Amazon, everybody wants to ban the rebel flag. Well, the rebel flag is an important part of American history. The rebel flag is still a long-standing symbol of Southern pride and Southern heritage. So if the big retailers want to play into political correctness and try to deny the history of America, let them. Go to ourflags.com. That's R like rebel, R, letter R, ourflags.com. Get your rebel flag before they actually do outlaw the things, huh? Ourflags.com. That's ourflags.com. Go now.
Have you ever wondered if you could make electric, light, or heat in your home for free? How about a motor that charges batteries at the same time? What if this also restores useless batteries and saves you lots of money? Come to our Renaissance Charge Conference workshop on August 15th and 16th in Fort Lauderdale. Visit r-charge.com. That's r-charge.com for details, or call 208-304-2954. 208-304-2954.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowitz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallet, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Hey neighbor, what are you doing digging? You had a heart attack last year.
Oh, I know. I was told no more hard labor.
Then why are you digging?
Well, I've been taking Extendovite. It's been approved to help my heart.
Extendovite? Is that a new drug?
No, not a drug. It's more like an herbal combination made from garlic and cayenne.
Herbal? How can that help?
Well, actually, we've taken herbs for thousands of years. And Extendovite is doing the job for me.
Does your doctor know about Extendovite?
Yeah, my doctor knows, and he said it seems to be working for you, so don't stop taking it. I feel great taking Extendovite. I don't want to stop.
To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Captain John Regan's with us, and Matthew in Texas, please continue.
So I think it's very interesting, Vince, that for the past 2 days, and this has been a habit on your show, that everybody who calls is a biblical name. I digress. So my point here, we're going to chemtrails. Yesterday I saw an invisible rain I call it invisible because my girlfriend doesn't see it, but she doesn't have the vision I do. But I've seen this multiple times, and it's basically this clear rain you can see at dusk or dawn. I've only seen it on a green background in the trees. But it looks like something is raining. I mean, if you just sit there, it kind of looks like it's fuzzy, but if you focus, you can see it. And so I'm curious, and I'd like to hear other people's, around the nation, if anybody else has seen what it looks like is chemtrail rain. Maybe that's a new term.
Are you, Matthew, can you feel this? Because lately I've been wearing T-shirts. Normally when I'm out on the farm, I'm on the tractor. If I'm going to be out there for hours, I'll be wearing a long sleeve shirt, light colored, so I don't get the full effect of the sun. When I flip the collars up to protect my neck, and I wear a hat and actually wear safety glasses because they wrap around my face even more to protect my eyes. But for the last couple of days, I've been wearing short sleeve shirts, and I can feel something landing on my arms and my skin, but I don't see it.
And it almost feels kind of wet.
Yes,
yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
is that what you're talking about?
Yes, sir. And for the same reason, I was out doing the yard yesterday, and I went back in and put a long sleeve on. I mean, I wear a hat and everything, and boots, and Marine Corps pants that I have. But yeah, it's the same thing. Like it's coming down, and you can feel it. And I'm curious if other people around the nation can see it. So you guys are listening. You guys, you see it, call in and tell us about it.
Okay, let's be absolutely clear, Matthew. So when I'm out in the sun, not protected by a sunshade or a canopy on a tractor or a cab, I feel these. It feels like a very tiny drop of rain. It feels wet.
Right.
And I look and I go, is it raining? Did it just start raining? And I look at my arm and I can't see anything. But I felt
it. Almost seems like it's nanotechnology, like forming small droplets that we don't conceive are possible but are existing type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That seems to be in concert with what I am feeling. John Regan, have you felt anything like this?
No, but I haven't seen a lot of chemtrails in the area since I moved.
Okay.
Where are you at?
All right.
You moved there.
In Dallas.
Oh, goodness. You're not looking up then. Dallas is covered like every day, man. I'm in Greenville, like an hour north of there, and I mean, I see them all the time. All the time. And that's like where the shower was yesterday. It was clear as could be in the sky. And that's what's weird, because there was like a clear blue sky, and then there was just this rain from nowhere. Like, you could feel it, like Vince is talking about. I don't know. All right, I'll let you get on to Mark and Mike. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thanks so much, Matthew.
All right.
Mike in Tennessee, you're on with Captain John Regan and me. Welcome.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. I don't know if you've ever done this, but you might want to have a class on flag protocol as far as displaying the flag, what it means when it's positioned in certain directions and orientations, and answer the question perhaps, is this the American flag or is this the United States Corporation flag?
You're talking about the military flag, you're talking about the fringe, you're talking about the Admiralty, you're talking about what?
Well, yeah, you're opening up all kinds of doors there that we can go down. I mean, these are things that people need to know. When you walk into a court and you see a gold fringe flag, that is an Admiralty flag. That means you're boarding a ship. The judge is the captain, and this is Admiralty law. They are not exercising constitutional law. I actually saw a photograph in an old book of a flag in a constitutional court, and it was deemed as a trial in a constitutional court, and there was no gold fringe on the flag. As a matter of fact, there was no flag there. No flag at all. So I didn't know if there's any experts out there that might be able to bring that up. But what people need to realize is that your state is a corporation. It's a sub-corporation of the United States. And every town and municipality is a sub-corporation of the state corporation. They have a charter. That's why you can tell they're a corporation. It's all capital letters. That's another indication. But the reality is that these corporate employees, the people that wear the blue and the black and whatever, they only have jurisdiction where those corporations have jurisdiction, and on property that has been consecrated and set aside for religious purposes, Native American land, so forth, they do not have jurisdiction. There is places they won't tell you this, but if you're, this is why you did what you did at your expo. I was at one of those. I witnessed the entire ceremonial event, and the postings were put up. Easy for anybody that's a government employee to understand that you can come as a free individual and citizen, but you're not welcome as a government troll in here. You don't have jurisdiction, and it's a sad day when you are the only person standing up and supporting that right to be left alone. You paid for a venue where you were a private citizen having a private event where you can choose who you can let in and not let in. You can ask people to leave if they become rowdy or if they do not conform to your standards at the event. And those people that come in intimidating people with guard dogs and such, they didn't conform to your standards. And I believe, I wasn't there, but I believe you asked them to leave. And where was the person that taught you and I both this truth, if not way far behind you? So far behind you that he was out of sight.
Yeah,
and I can't understand why that occurs without offending people probably. But the fact is that we do have areas that are off limits to government. They do not have jurisdiction. We have to understand that. We have to recognize it and demand it and enforce it and go after these people because they're the ones that are breaking the law. You've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. And we have a right to be left alone. I wish that the person that promoted this would have taken the initiative to confront those people and given them an educational lesson on why they can't do what they're doing. That would have been the proper thing to do. Walk the walk. If they're going to, as they say, walk sacred, they need to walk sacred and they need to talk sacred. They need to be willing to stand before the giant with just a sling and a stone, and in that event, their feather and the truth. And I think that they would have gained credibility. Perhaps the police would have been better educated, informed, and would have come on board with us. That's how you make relations. You bring people to the truth. You don't run and hide and point fingers and then threaten those people that are trying to stand that, I'll side with the government and testify against you because I'm not going to be threatened with being imprisoned again. Intimidation is a strong medicine. Unfortunately, some people would rather drink the Kool-Aid than stand against the tyranny.
Mike, I'm finding fewer and fewer villagers who are willing to stand up. I really am. I'm finding that they find it fascinating that some of us are willing to stand up, but it's safer. It's safer if they don't stand up for them. And it's really disappointing. And as you said, I was at the Get Prepared Expo and the cops came and I approached them and I said, look guys, you can't be here in uniform after 6:00. Because we're going to be consecrating this ground as sacred. And they were so offended that I was picking on them because of what they do for a living. And the answer is, yeah, that's exactly right. I was picking on them because of what they do for a living. They chose that. I didn't make them become cops. I didn't make them wear a gun. I didn't make them handle a canine team. And canines are one step below SWAT. And that's what they came in as. They came in as the canine team. And the city manager said, well, there's a natural curiosity as to what you guys are doing. Okay, you want to be curious? Just like everybody else, go to the front, take your uniform, don't wear your uniform, pay your $8 to come in, and you can be like the rest of us. But if you're going to come in uniform with guns and intimidate us in your official capacity, it's unacceptable. And I told them that. And that started, and they declared war on USA Prepares. I'm talking about the City of Lebanon, Missouri Corporation. And I had a meeting. I had a meeting with the city manager, and I explained to him that we were the tenant. He said, we own the building. We're going to do whatever we want. If the cops want to come in, they're going to come in. And I said, we're the tenant. We rented it, and we don't want the cops. And you guys destroyed our expo. It's unacceptable. And they said, it's just the way it is. We'd love to have your business. So, you'd love, and they referred to us as business. They wanted the revenue. They wanted the revenue from us. But they declared war on us. It's on their terms. So that's why I said, for those of you who are thinking about having some kind of a convention or an event, don't have it at a city facility, at a government corporate facility. Don't do that. Have it on a private facility where you actually can control who comes in. Because, frankly, I was not looking for the Second American Revolution to start in Lebanon, Missouri at the Cowan Civic Center. I was not looking forward to that. And what happened? I was standing alone. I was literally standing alone. And a guy, actually a couple guys who were watching it from 10 feet, 15 feet away, didn't step up and say, hey, what's this all about? No one came in to help me. Nobody.
I wasn't there.
Oh, I know. If Mike Parsons was there, there'd be two of us. There's no question about it. And if Silent Night was there, there'd be three of us. No question about it.
And the thing is that they would be getting a tag team of education, something that others should have stepped up and done, and view this as an opportunity to make relations, as is taught.
And the interesting thing about all this is the cops were so outraged that I told them this, that they went up to Aaron Dakins, who was at the USA Prepares booth in the front of the expo, because I met with the cops in the back of the expo where they snuck in. And they were complaining about me. They were complaining to Aaron Dakins about me. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowitz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallet, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
Hi, my name is Scott Fuchs, teacher and rowing coach for over 14 years. I was sluggish, overweight, on prescription drugs, and only 30-something. Fortunately, I was referred to Dr. Z, and happy to say Dr. Z's all-natural protocols over a consistent course resolved my health issues. I'm in the best shape of my life, and most importantly, on 0 medications.
I'm Dr. Zdanowski, author of Evology, trained as a primary care physician, surgical manipulation under anesthesia, expert in nutrition, diet, weight loss, immune system, and I specialize in chiropractic. My 15 years of professional experience has taught me the 4 keys to vibrant health: a balanced musculoskeletal system, an integrated nervous system, a flowing lymphatic system, and a body filled with over 90 essential nutrients. This has been a secret too long. Actualize your potential, reverse disease. Call me, Dr. Z, 201-945-1177, 201-945-1177, evolyourself.com.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness: the phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it, and that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.
Captain John Regan's with us, and Mark in Philadelphia, you're on. We've got about 2 minutes, and we've got Silent Night who's waiting on hold.
Okay, sure, Vince. I want to acknowledge you and the A-team there. I want to ask the captain about what recently happened. All these things that happen seem like they're coincidences. I don't think so. The Confederate flag. Correct me if I'm wrong, the United Nations just announced in the last month that the Alamo is now one of their heritage sites, as if the United Nations is going to take it over and oversee it now for us. Is that,
Right. It's, and you're going to be seeing more, we're going to be surprised a lot over the next year and a half.
Well, the other thing I want to bring up, and I'm hailing you from Philadelphia, which, by the way, was the original capital of our nation before it was moved to that reclaimed swampland known as D.C. And I consider anybody that would want to go there and live there and mix with those folks, I consider them creatures of the Black Lagoon. That's how I look at them, Vince. And on that note, I want to let you know that Friday's show was fantastic. I can't wait to hear more from Mr. Nichols.
That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow.
And,
I just got off the phone with Larry Nichols. He's going to be on with us every Tuesday. And
I would hope to think that you're having deeper conversations, many of which you can't have over the air, about the inner politics of not only Arkansas but also the neighboring state, Missouri, because there's some dirty pool going on there too. And on that note, I'd like to let you know that I did call Congressman Long's 3 offices to encourage him to look into Dr. Cesar's issue.
Right.
And
they're going to be on tomorrow.
Yeah.
So tomorrow.
I would hope that
tomorrow's.
I would hope that others out there listening who are from that area, because I'm originally from that area and I still have family there, and I would appreciate that you guys call Billy Long's office and stir him up, and let's see what he did. And I want to ask you, Vince, did he respond to the Dollar Heights, and if so, to what degree, and did he respond to that issue with the Dollar Heights before?
I will check with the Dollar Heights tonight. I will see them at the meetup tonight. I'll ask them if Congressman Long has come to their assistance, and I'll let you know.
Now, the
Mark,
other thing is,
yes, very quickly.
Okay. The other thing is, Billy Long, Congressman Long, was a small businessman at one point, and surely he would be looking out for the best interests of small business persons, including farmers, including the small mom and pop businesses. If we lose the small mom and pops, we are done. If we lose the small farmers were done, Vincent, and you know that. So anyway, I appreciate it. I'll listen in. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Silent Night, you're on with Captain John Regan and me. Welcome. Silent Night?
Yes, I'm here.
Great, we only have like 1 minute. Go quickly, please.
Okay, on the flag, there's a law that's called Four Corners Rule. And if something is in four corners, then everything inside that, if it doesn't have a signature, it is no longer valid on a contract. The American flag, if it's got a square around it, say the gold fringe, it is no longer an American flag. The American flag has been lifted out of it, and it now becomes a Roman ensign.
There you go. And when I sign my name, class, I put a box around my name. Just for that reason. Silent Night, are you going to be there tonight at the meetup?
I don't think I can. I might having trouble finding transportation. We'll see.
Okay. Very good. Silent Night, thanks so much.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye. Silent Night, the author of The Underground Railroad, returns to disappear. And tomorrow night, James River Assembly of God in Missouri, just south of Springfield, 6:30 to 8:30. Stormin Norman Cantwell is going to be teaching you how to do the unthinkable. Yeah. 2 hours, $10. Our family attends. Captain John Regan, any final last-minute thoughts?
There's not enough time. I'll work my best on getting the special report out for next week.
You know, Captain John Regan, time really is going faster and faster and faster with us on the air. I think 3 hours is what we need. Maybe somebody will find an extra hour for us. Captain John Regan, thanks so much. See you all to meet up tonight. Class, above all honesty and integrity, what happens next is up to you. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration system and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the fourth largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they, too, exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true. They're all guilty. Every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.